So Barcelona have joined Bayern Munich in the race to sign Anthony Gordon by bidding £70 million for the Newcastle forward. We are joined by our reporter Keith Downey now. Keith, evening to you. What are the details of the Barcelona offer?
Yeah, Teddy, we've been saying now for a number of weeks that Bayern Munich have been very keen on signing Anthony Gordon, and there has been verbal dialogue regarding a transfer fee there. But it would now appear today that Barcelona are set to usurp Bayern Munich and are close to landing the England international. We can tell you that they have had a bid in the region of £70 million lodged with Newcastle United. That is yet to be accepted, but I'm told that talks are advanced and a deal is close. Remember, Gordon signed for Newcastle over 3 years ago for around about £45 million. He's scored a lot of goals. He's had a lot of goal involvement since then, of course, becoming England international. And he's a player that Newcastle, I think, for a while now, have been braced for offers in this transfer window, and I've kind of come to the understanding that they could lose him this summer. You'll be aware that he's not played the last 4 matches of the season. He's been an unused sub for Eddie Howe, that mainly due to the fact that they're trying to preserve him, ensure that he isn't injured ahead of a potential summer move away from the club. And I think for Newcastle, they'd be keen to get this deal done early, due to the fact that he's going to be playing at the World Cup with England, could potentially suffer injury there. So Newcastle would be keen to get this one done soon. Newcastle value the player around about £75 million. So that offer from Barcelona, £70 million plus bonuses, is very close to being accepted by Newcastle United. And as I understand it, personal terms between the player and Barcelona is unlikely to be a problem.
And no surprise, Keith, that he's leaving Newcastle United, but is it a surprise that Barca want Gordon?
Look, I think it's an interesting one, that both Barcelona and Bayern Munich seem to be the two leading the chase for him. We know that Anthony Gordon was close to moving to Liverpool a couple of summers ago, of course, his boyhood club. And we know there's also been interest from Arsenal as well. But it appears that two clubs on the continent that you mentioned there, Barcelona and Bayern Munich, these two seem to be the two leading the chase. And I don't think it's that surprising when you look at Gordon's numbers this season. 17 goals for Newcastle, of which 10 of them were in the Champions League. Only Kylian Mbappe and Harry Kane scored more in the Champions League this season. So look, that will have alerted the likes of Bayern Munich and Barcelona. The numbers are very good. And he's a player who can play across a number of positions. Wide left is probably his favourite, but he can also play out on the right-hand side, and he can play as a central striker as well, and showed that to good effect for Newcastle this season. So I think those numbers in the Champions League will be exactly why these big European clubs have taken notice. And look, this is a big moment for Anthony Gordon, isn't it? He's got the World Cup just around the corner, but to have two European giants in the shape of Barca and Bayern Munich essentially fighting for his signature, what a situation he is in. But look, what is crucial to this deal, as I understand it, is the structure. We know Barcelona have got their financial problems. They can't go to Newcastle and say there's £70 million up front. They'd be looking at a structured deal over maybe 4 or 5 years. So crucial to getting this done is that the structure of the deal is acceptable to Newcastle United, and it's workable for Barcelona as well. But as I understand it, advanced talks taking place, and Barcelona are close to reaching an agreement with Newcastle United for Anthony Gordon, and then it'll be up to the England international to decide if he wants to make the move or not. But I do expect this deal or any move for Gordon to happen before the World Cup, due to the issues or the situation that I described a few moments ago.
Huge story, Keith Downey. Thank you for bringing it to us this evening. So, as Keith said there, Gordon has just recorded his most prolific season, scoring 17 goals in 46 appearances. Worth noting, the majority of those goals were scored from the penalty spot, with Gordon, you'd imagine, unlikely to replace Harry Kane or Lamine Yamal as penalty taker for either Bayern Munich or Barcelona. I suppose he could try. Gordon transfer to Barcelona could affect the future of Marcus Rashford. Manchester United forward plays on the left, of course, like Gordon has previously expressed his desire to stay at the Camp Nou, but Barcelona are reluctant to meet his £26 million asking price.